Okay, so this is my 2016 Lance 1575 trailer. Just posting up a video. There's been a lot of interest from out of state, and I want to make sure that nobody drives all the way out here just to find something that was misrepresented. Here's the storage compartment underneath, the front storage. There's some little tears here on this rubber strip. I wouldn't think that's anything to worry about. See, everything else in here looks good. On our second trip out, one of these little, I think they call them PEX connectors or something like that, failed. It was this one right here, so I replaced that with a standard hose clamp. Haven't had any problems since. This is all part of the winterizing system, something that in Southern California we don't really have to worry about. I believe this is for the slide controller, so that actually is what, there's two different motors, two different sides on that. Right above us is the bed, the queen bed. It's a full queen size mattress. Here you have the furnace, at least the back side of it. There's no scratches or scraping, no tree branches have been hit in the trips that we've gone on. You have park and satellite here, a connection. You do have an outdoor shower here. It's a little dirty. Probably should have cleaned that when I washed it, although I never opened that up. This is where you would add your water. And then over here is where you would do your city connection for water, right next to that. Tires are good. It's got some nice rims. I put this little valve on here so it makes it a little bit easier to empty out the freshwater tank if you want to do that. There used to just be a cap on there. There's the spare tire underneath there. Everything looks good underneath here. Coming back up, this compartment is where we used to store all of our firewood. So there's a few little nicks and stuff on the rubber strip around here too. But really, overall, it's in pretty fantastic condition, as it should be. It's only a year old. There's the glass up there. Now I was talking to one person on the phone. I was telling them there was a few spots where there were little scrapes from getting it in and out of our side yard here. It's kind of hard to see. There's a couple little scrapes there and there. They don't extend onto the sidewall itself or onto the rear cap. It's just this simple little strip here. If somebody wanted to, they could probably just replace the strip. Probably be with labor, $100 I would guess. Or you could also probably do some touch-up paint on some of these little marks if it really bothered you. There are a couple on the edge of the slide out. Again, it's all from this culprit right there, that fence post getting in and out of the side of the yard. But what else? I did want to pop up here. It has a slide topper. When I was washing it, I noticed the slide topper's looking pretty dirty up here. I don't know if there's like some conditioning stuff that can be put on that, or if that's even necessary. We have a couple Max Air covers. The whole roof was gone over with sealing tape. That was something that was done at Lance, because when we went out on our first trip, they had forgotten to seal it correctly back here, and the air conditioning condensation traveled back here and was coming in a couple drops here and there. So they went ahead and fixed that. Moving around, back wall's in good shape, no issues there, no issues on this side. The awning has one small tear right there. We put tape on this side, and on the other side it has not gotten any worse. It's again from getting it in and out of the side of the house. What else? You have an outdoor socket here. You have the entry assist handle, which quite frankly we've never used. It seems to be more something that kind of got in the way trying to get in and out. I added this little guy to the screen door, which makes it much easier to close the screen door. Let's see. Entry door has a couple scratches right there in this decal. I guess they're technically not scratches, it's just little chunks out of the decal. And actually I just noticed this one too, over here. So, The step's really cool. It's really nice. It goes in very easily. Just a single step. We put a little cover on it. That's nothing. Now this is probably the worst of the rubber sealing on the entry doors here. I'm sorry, on the compartment doors. This one's got a little bit of wear. But other than that, the floor's in good shape inside here. A couple little marks. This is where we kept the barbecue over here. I guess that's probably some soot or something from the barbecue. And then in the photos, it has some weight distribution, which was mounted right here. It's the Anderson weight distribution. If you're familiar with it, it has a set screw, which apparently gouged the frame. The weight distribution is something I am selling. I was selling it separately, but I could include it with the trailer, you know, for an additional cost. And that would just basically eliminate the visual problem here. As far as a structural problem or anything like that, I really don't see there being one. You know, here's holes from this sway control, which I was going to put back on. That's where they had originally mounted that at the dealership. So I don't think holes are a big deal. It just looks a little funky. This is just an interstate battery. I do have a much better, nicer battery. Again, if someone wanted to buy that for an additional cost, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll keep that for future camping. There is a shutoff here for the electrical, which is kind of cool. Or for the battery, rather, the 12 volt. It's a power tongue jack. The label fell off. This label's about to fall off. This thing cracked, a little bubble level, which didn't really work very well anyway. And then the frame over here on this side, we have sort of the same thing going on, although you've got a sticker here so you can't see it as much. But what else? I think that's it for the outside. Let me give a quick tour of the inside. And so we've got microwave, which is in good shape. Got the stove, which I think we've used 2 times. It's virtually new. Oven. This here. These compartments. Plenty of outlets. You got this outlet here. This outlet over here. An outlet over here. You've got 12 volt here, and you can also charge your cell phones here. Nice little LED reading lamps here. Controls for the slide. I put in these shelves here so that you can actually put stuff in there, and rather than hanging stuff, which isn't really what most people would do, I don't think, on camping. The fridge is huge. It's plenty of size for the fridge. Let me go move that ladder. I'll open the slide. This slide out likes to be perfectly level to operate smoothly. Gets smoother here toward the middle, but that beginning section was basically because I don't have it quite level as best I could do on this steep driveway here. And then here you have television. It's a 12 volt TV, so you can operate it off the battery. You don't need to be plugged in. So you've got the antenna booster here. Got the awning, so we can actually extend that too. And while that's extending, it's Bluetooth, so you can do Pandora radio or something from your phone, or really anything that's on your phone you can do through it. Let's see. And got the sink here, just kind of a standard sink. Put a little Velcro there so it didn't fall off while we're driving. And you got the vent here. You've got a vent in the bathroom with a little tiny fan. I put on Oxygenetics, I think is the brand, shower head. Works a lot better. Kind of rigged up a little soap dispenser there. I'm pretty proud of that one. This comes out so that you can have more shoulder room in there. Let's see. Toilet, nothing too impressive about that. Vanity, you also have a outlet up there. My wife used that a few times for blow dryers and whatnot. All of the windows have this unique thing where you bring it down, or at least it's unique to me, and you can unclick it. You can even do it with one hand, as I'm doing here. And then all the windows are plastic, and they go out, and you can prop them up and have them stuck just like that. Or you can do any one of those clicks you heard. So you go all the way down and just go 1 click, 2 clicks, 3 clicks, or all the way back down. A little bit of storage up here. Nothing too exciting. I meant to build little shelves for that too, because that's pretty much useless. At some point, this sort of came off the track. It still works just fine. It goes up and down. No problem, but it just kind of looks a little off. You have storage down here, which goes back a ways. You have storage under here. Those are the covers that you can put up over. They snap on to all of the openings here in the ceiling to cover that up for light, and I believe for heat too. So we've got all of the covers. You've got these lights here that dim, which is kind of cool. Everything's LED lighting inside, which is great if you're dry camping. We've got speakers back here, 2 of them, and then you've got speakers up here, 2 of them. We've got a gel topper on the bed. This big thing here makes a huge difference. That was from Costco. What else? All the brochures and manuals and everything. Let's see that awning we've got. It has an awning light, which is pretty neat. So it really makes a big difference in their LEDs as well. And this is all power. Here's that little tear I was showing you on the outside. I mean, it's literally, there's my finger. It's just like a pinhole. And again, it hasn't gotten any worse with the tape on there. Someone had asked me about a wind sensor. So basically, if this feels that it's going too much, I don't know if I'll be able to do it enough actually, but if it feels like there's too much wind going, it'll start going back in automatically, as you can see. So looks like the door rubs a little bit there, but yep, that's it. That's the 2016 Lance 1575 trailer. Had it about 15 months. Loved it. Just kind of looking to move on and get something else.